Hello, my friends. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing very well. In today's video, we are giving everyone a sneak peek, having a little discussion about the USS Relativity. That's right, a new specialty ship coming to Star Trek Fleet Command. Oh my gosh. Now, if you joined me on my streams, we actually talked about it. I can't remember, for you who follow my stream, remind me, but I can't remember if I brought it up or you all brought it up. I did have the thought, and I agreed with everyone. I was like, yeah, I bet that with these new hostels and the pattern of Scopely that we're going to get a new specialty ship coming to Star Trek Fleet Command, and here it is. What is it, like every 2 months now? We used to get like once a quarter, like once every 3 or 4 months, and now it's every 2 months. FOMO is strong with this one. Yes, Scopely. FOMO is strong and ever increasing, isn't it? It's like they don't know anything else to do in this game. Like, how do we make money? Oh, let's release a new specialty ship. Let's have a pattern to do it every 2 months so that we keep... It's going to get to a point where every month we're going to have a specialty ship. Mark my words. Serious or not, I don't know. I don't know about you all, but this is getting really frustrating for me. I can't keep up with it. And so... since I don't make $1,000 or more every month doing this content creation, I think I'm probably going to pass this month. For those of you who join me on my streams, I've actually taken some of my YouTube money, a good chunk of it, and I went and bought me a new guitar, electric guitar. So I'm going to try and teach myself how to play that and maybe play some songs on stream. Should be fun. I've had an acoustic for about a month, and some of you don't care about this, but you know, I mainly mention it because I'm like, you know what? At some point you have to decide if spending money on digital currency, can I call it that, is bringing you as much joy as you want. And I don't know, I guess I'm overwhelmed with the new specialty ship, so trying something different. So hopefully it will be fun, and if I get good enough, I will play something on stream. We'll see. Electric guitar, I like rock music, what can I say? So that's what I'll be doing, but still be making content best I can this month. And hanging out with you all on stream. Feel free to join me if you are not currently doing that yet, both on Twitch and YouTube, by the way. Right now, Mondays and Thursday nights, as my son starts soccer, we may have to adjust the times that we stream. But for now, Monday and Thursday nights, pay attention to join Discord down below, and you'll be able to see all the announcements for that. So anyways, let's hop into it. Let's talk about kind of some of the abilities. And, you know, once again, Scopely has designed it in such a way that it's, they design a problem that the specialty ship is going to solve. And if you don't get the specialty ship, you're going to fall behind, right? Yeah, FOMO is strong. Anyways, let's hop into it. Let's talk about it. Why? Because the players matter. All right, so here we are. Let's talk about it. Got my camera out of the way for you all, as I sometimes get reminded in my video comments that I forget. So here we are, USS Relativity. Let's see, there it is. It looks like a decent ship. I mean, I like the design. I like the purple lights and so forth. I think it looks pretty sick. We'll have to kind of see how the abilities work, and how strong it gets, and how hard is it to tier up. Obviously, that's a thing too with Scopely, is let's not just make the acquisition of the ship difficult, but you've got to spend on packs to make it really super useful very soon. Talking to a friend of my alliance, and he's like, yeah, dude, I still don't have two of the previous specialty ships unlocked. I'm like, I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can't even get a specialty ship before they release multiple other ones, it seems like now. 200 blueprints. So it sounds like here, and obviously for those under 42, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to be given access to this, but this is kind of typical in some other games where they get to a point where they start releasing content for you in higher levels to encourage you to be at that point. And Scopely obviously wants you to pay to get to that point, I guess. But if you're not there, honestly, don't worry about it. And if you're not going to get the ship, don't let that necessarily make you feel like you're missing out. I mean, you'll get it eventually, okay? Don't let FOMO get to you. That fear of missing out, don't let it get to you, okay? And for you spenders out there, feel free to let us know how you're enjoying the ship. I do love it when I'm not able to get a specialty ship, when I hear someone in my Discord that is able to give me input on this is how good it is, and this is how hard it is to upgrade, and this is how effective it is against other hostile types, places I'm using it, things like that. Or, man, this is really totally worth it because it has increased my gameplay X amount. I love to hear that. So if you have that kind of information, that is useful as well. Let's see here. Temporal stance switching. Ability to toggle between two specialized states, anti-charge and anti-static. This feature neutralizes the unique ability of the Krenim enemies, ensuring your fleet can withstand the most dangerous time warping attack. So it sounds like you won't need to use those turn-ins anymore for the using those specialty exo comps. So you don't have to, you'll have to make sure you're toggle to the right state, obviously, but you won't have to be limited to just hitting the one type. Like for me, I try and save up my what you call it from the Titan A, the max fortification, so that I can max fortify and use my Surreal as boost as well, you know, so that I could hit the highest level target that I could get away with. But it was always kind of limited because you had the exo comp that you were gonna like, okay, this time I'm just gonna max fortify, I'm gonna hit as many of the anti-charge or the anti-static, and you just go to town on them. And I was always worried about having to recall back to station, because sometimes certain abilities, certain things just don't work unless your ship's already back at station. And so that was always a worry. But with this, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So this is where they've engineered the specialty or the uniqueness and why you need to have this ship, right? So, oh, Scopely, you're just pushing the pay so hard. Okay, so where do I see the biggest value here? This is where it talks about the new formation armadas. Chances are we're going to have new formation armadas that are going to have new artifacts. And I don't remember seeing anything in here that goes into that, but if we're getting new formation armadas, certainly we can pretty much guarantee there's going to be something like new artifacts or something like that that we're going to be working on. Formation armadas typically, or in the past, they have been, you know, groups. And so we'll have to see, maybe if someone in your alliance has the relativity, maybe you'll be able to hop on and still get some value from it. I don't know. And having more US relativities to increase the damage output will make it easier to hit higher level targets. We'll have to see. Oh, and by the way, this is something that I found that was kind of interesting. When they released the Revenant, and we're hitting those new Borg solo armadas, and they had the polygons that you could hit. It's interesting that, you know, I ended up buying that ship kind of for the refines and the speed ups I was able to get for the G6 economy. Feel free to let me know if any of you felt like, oh yeah, the G5, G4, it was helpful for us too. But I found that we were still limited because there wasn't good free-to-play sourcing, and only those that bought the ship could really, you know, go very, very high on those targets. So what's interesting is you're releasing new ships. If you take too long to release it to the general populace, then it makes it's a little bit harder on those who spend to actually enjoy the ship. So that's interesting. I still would push for like a 2-month release on new specialty ships. And the reason why I say that is that if you wait too long, then the hype and the interest in it has really waned. And so those who might spend a little bit on it, like if you were to sell half a pack, for example, has just disappeared by that point. And so I don't know. I feel like if you want to make players excited about the content and engaging in it, you're losing a lot of interest if you take it out for 3 months, that 100 days. So my thought, Scopely, if you're even listening, is, there's value in not taking so long to release new content like new ships, especially when you've got players that are still like, I haven't unlocked the last 2 and you're releasing another one. Super, super crazy there. Alrighty, so that's my thoughts. But anyways, we'll have to see. I think there's probably going to be, that's probably where the big selling point is going to be on getting the ship for everyone is how beneficial are those new formation armadas and what artifacts or whatever they release through those. And obviously you're going to be able to get more credits through this to unlock more stuff in the faction store. I really like some of the stuff there. I like the isolytic stuff that comes from the new building. I think they add value to the game. But the faction store itself is interesting, but not like crazy interesting. Not to the level of like when the Bajoran store came out and the great sourcing that had with all the materials and resources and stuff that came through there. The officer sourcing. I mean, this. The faction story related to this one is okay, but it's not like game changing in my opinion. So maybe they can add something with the formation armadas, these new ones that are going to make it even more interesting and more engaging. So anti-tachyon weaponry boosts damage output against enemies. You're going to hit higher level targets and formation armadas. Relative growth enhances your intelligence rewards, accelerating your reputation progression. So for some, that may be super helpful. I find with the Mirror Universe, hitting in there is really, really awesome. So if you're patient, you'll get there, but here it's going to even help even more. It's going to have research for warp range, the invading entity loot. I've been focusing on those favors myself as I've been hitting targets trying to get more loot. So even more loot, we'll have to see what percentages that kind of looks like. That may be interesting and helpful. Increasing invading entity damage, cargo capacity, formation loot, formation damage, invading entity apex barrier. They've been releasing, they have a couple of invading entity, these non-armadas, these non-armadas, right? So who knows if they'll keep releasing those. Hull and shield health. Then it looks like we're going to have new officer shards, artifact claims, relativity claim, free gift of static and charge credits, the blueprints. The good thing is that it sounds like, and I say that sounds like, hopefully this is actually a day one thing. It sounds like it's going to be a day one thing you'll be able to start on right away. So if you've been working on the loop, then you may be able to start sourcing it day one, rather than waiting a month before they source the 100-day path. Okay, so I think that's it. Upgrade through 15 tiers. Looks like the benefit really kind of jumps out where you start getting some of this, like here, the relativity at tier 5, getting access to Officer Seska's shards. So, so yeah, that's it. That's the relativity. Until we see what kind of benefit there comes from the formation armadas, the new formation armadas, and what you're able to unlock there, it's difficult to say what kind of extra value there's going to be. We'll have to see when the arc actually launches. We're able to see some of that stuff. I've kind of come to a conclusion that I don't think, with me standing up for the players like this and talking smack on Scopely, I do it for you all because I'm trying to kind of support the players and really be a voice through my YouTube channel as much as that, if ears reach Scopely of this, but I think because of that, I've kind of given up on being given any kind of NDA with Scopely, but I don't care at this point. At this point, I just want to stand up for the players. I want to stick up for them as much as possible and just speak, honestly speak. This is what I think. This is how I feel. In summary, I hate that they are releasing a new ship every 2 months. It's overwhelming. It's kind of depressing, actually. It's like, okay, fine, Scopely, we'll just kind of disengage because we don't like it. You know, you're overwhelming us with these new ships constantly. Like it feels like, I think it's every 2 months. I'd have to go back and check, but it feels like it's every other month we're getting a new ship, and I can't afford to keep up with it. I don't know about you. But anyways, I at this point, I can't conclusively say that I am sold on it. I personally am not going to buy the new ship, and I'll just have to live through you all who do buy the ship and let me know what you think. Now, I've said that before, and then I switched it when I saw the value, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm at this point, I am not saying that I'm going to buy the ship, and I can't recommend that you do buy the ship or that it's a good purchase until we really dig into it and see. But that's it for now. But feel free to leave your comments down below. Feel free to join on Discord and add some commentary there. I love to hear from the players. It's actually the funnest part of my game now, is interacting with more people, more players through my YouTube comments, as well as definitely on stream. Just doing it live is a lot of fun. So feel free to join us. Once again, feel free to join us there if you haven't done that yet. You don't even have to subscribe on Twitch or anything like that on YouTube. I mean, just come and hang out. I love being able to interact with more people. It really makes it a lot of fun. So anyways, that's it for now. We'll give more updates as the arc drops and more videos as well. Look forward to those. But thank you so much for all your support, and we'll talk to you next time.